welcome back to the channel. So today's topic is one that's been a personal journey for me, something that challenged my beliefs, opened my eyes, and honestly even made me uncomfortable at times. So as someone who came from a Protestant background, the whole idea of honoring Mary, the Mother of God, was never really talked about, let alone respected. But becoming Catholic also didn't just magically change that belief overnight. So it's been a process, one I am still working through. So if you've ever struggled with how to understand Mary's role, or if you're curious about what Catholics really believe, then this video is for you. So coming from a Protestant background, the topic of Mary was a hard one for me to grasp and accept. Protestants, they don't hold Mary to really an honor at all. They disregard her and place no attention on her, which is pretty crazy if you think about it, given she was, or should I say is, the Mother of God. God chose her to come into this world, and Protestants really don't give her enough credit, honor, or respect. But, I am guilty of that too, because I was once there. And you know what? Even being Catholic, I still struggle with this and don't give her the honor she deserves. And no, just to be clear, honoring and respecting does not mean we Catholics worship her. I actually remember one time I was attending my old Protestant church and the pastor was preaching. I believe it was in the book of Hebrews, but I am not 100% sure on that. But anyways, he mentioned something like, no, we don't have to get on our knees and crawl to Mary. And two people in front of us got up and left. And my reaction was like, oh, they must be Catholic. Like, I was shocked, and at the same time, one of those Protestants that looked down upon the Catholic Church and people. So looking back, I get it. I get why they got up and left. And they had every right to, because the pastor just totally disrespected Mary and the Catholic Church. So when I actually started looking into what Catholics believe about Mary and the whole objection of us worshiping her, I was pretty surprised. Because when you actually come to learn how Catholics venerate her, how they honor her with great reverence and devotion because she's the Mother of God, I realized that what I have been told this whole time about her was a lie. And I was actually disrespecting her and disregarding her and what she did. She obeyed God. She said yes to his will and trusted him fully. God used her. He chose her full of grace to enter in this world. I mean, can you imagine God coming to you, talking to women here specifically, and telling you that he's chosen you to come into this world? I could never. But God used Mary in such a way that she deserves the honor and respect that Catholics give her. And another thing that I thought was interesting, that unlike other cultures where the wives held the title as queen, in the Davidic, however you pronounce it, I don't know if I said that right, kingdom of ancient Israel, it was the king's mother rather than his wife who held the official position of queen. And also, we all know that Jesus is the new Adam, so doesn't that mean there's a new Eve too? So these are just two other things that really just pointed to Mary even more so for me and really helped me understand her role and how the Catholic Church honors her greatly for that role that she was given. Now, even with all that though, I still struggle to. For example, pray the rosary and ask for her intercession. And by the way, these things are to help deepen our relationship with Christ, not take away. But anyway, yeah, I don't think about her role enough and who she is to Jesus and who she is to us. You know, as it says in John 19:27, and he said to this disciple, "Here is your mother." And from then on, this disciple took her into his home. Jesus gave us his mother to take into our homes also. So yeah, even though I still wrestle with fully honoring Mary the way that she deserves, I now see her with new eyes, you know, eyes of reverence, not resistance. She said yes to God. She bore Christ into this world, and Jesus himself gave her to us as our mother. So that's not something to overlook, it's something to treasure. So if this video gave you something to think about, or if you've had a similar journey, you know, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if this helped you in any way to someone. And remember, honoring Mary does not take away from Jesus. It points us right back to him.